All right. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, if I get started, give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostles, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being a great example to Israel. Mind the elect, I want to say peace and blessings. All right, and salutations to hopefully elect on the four corner, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, that great song. All right, that's your brother in the box. Just come with a quick lesson. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Basically going to the word of the day. All right, so lock in. It's basically going to the word of the day, and the word of the day is gingoism. Gingoism, if I'm pronouncing it right. And it says excessive patriotism, or nationalism, especially when marred by belligerent foreign policy. All right, when it said nationalism. All right. But then you read down and say, you're going to read it in context. War is bad for culture. See? Not least all because it turned our culture institution into bastions, if I'm pronouncing it right, bastions of enjoyism. Now, reason why I bring it up, because when you go down to the bottom, it says someone holding the attitude implied in the song became known as jingo or jingoism, and the attitude itself was dubbed jingoism. The jingo is the tune is probably a euphemism or euphemism for Yahushua. All right, so when you go into the word euphemism or euphemism, all right, it say a mild or indirect word or impression substituted for one considering to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing. All right, so now we can go back to it and read it and take it through the spirit. All right, so when you go into this word, it's already said patriotism or nationalism. All right, and when I got out of that is Israel. When you go into the word world, cosmos, all right, because remember the Lord is about nationalities. All right, and it says war is bad for what culture? Not least all because it turned our culture institution into bastions of jingoism. All right. So when you go into Isaiah. All right, when you go into Isaiah, I'm going to read Isaiah 45 and 17. Because it said war is bad for culture. All right, so when you go into Isaiah 45 and 17, it says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. All right, and you see jingoism. All right, it said in context, right? War is bad for culture. All right, so you gotta remember the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy, and we know when you come down to the last prophecy is what? It's World War III, and Yahweh Shai what? He gonna come in the midst to what to deliver the elect and to destroy 2/3 in the heathens. Remember, when you go into Exodus 15 and 3, the Lord is a man of war, and Yahweh is his name, man. All right, so jingoism in context represent war, and we're going to get down to the bottom because that's how you know our kingdom is going to be forever and forever and forever. Why? Because it ain't going to be no wars after this last war, all right, that's fast approaching, all right, which is the second death. I'm going to get it, Michael. In Micah 4 and 3. All right, Micah 4 and 3, and it said, and he shall judge among many people. How he gonna judge the people? By fire. And by what he say, by fire, and by his sword will he plead with our flesh. So the Lord gonna judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. You see? So jingoism is not going to be in the kingdom of heaven. All right? This is the last, all right, hoorah for war. All right? And I'm going to go up to the bottom, and it says, go to the word euphemism. So when you go to the word euphemism, a mild or indirect word, all right, impressions substituted, right, for one considered to be harsh or blunt. And guess what? They put this reference in Yahweh Shai, all right, that he was harsh, he was blunt. Blunt means what? Straightforward, all right, referring to some unpleasant or embarrassing. But remember, the Lord said, well, he not by his father's business. So the Lord carried himself like he was on a mission. He had a job to do. All right, the Lord didn't sugarcoat, man. He ain't play no game. He did not trim his way to seek love. You know, and we got to put on that same mind state, all right, as we walk, all right, day to day in this life, man. You know, we got to continue to uphold ourselves and walk as children of light, which is what applying the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, man, as we move through Babylon the Great. All right, we can't be we can't water down the scriptures to make someone feel good. No, it sounds harsh, but it's the truth. You know, that's one thing about it. It sounds hard, but it's the truth, man. Because look what Yahweh Shai, now this was Peter, not Peter, it's like Apostle Paul, 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. And it says, but though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. Yeah, though it may seem like I'm coming off a little rough, that's why I say euphemism, all right, harsh or straight or blunt. It may seem kind of harsh how we come out there and prophesy sometimes, but guess what? It's the truth at the end of the day. You know? And that's why they didn't like Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because he ain't cut no corners, all right, to make you sleep better at night. No, he gave it to you how the Heavenly Father, all right, told him to give it to you, man, or commanded him to give it to you, or put it in his spirit to do. You know? Because, yeah, when we, after speaking on martial law, the FEMA camps, the race wars, yeah, that sound harsh. That sound unpleasant. But it's facts. It's the truth. And it's the way it's going to happen. You know? It's going to happen. All right? And that's why when you go into, what that is, Luke. Hold on real quick. Luke 19. Yeah, Luke 19 and 21. All right. And look what it says. It says, for I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up, thou layest down. It's like thou takest up that thou layest down, not down, and reapest that thou what did not sow. Didst thou sow? All right. And when you go into the word austere, all right, meaning rough, rugged, and raw, man. And that was our Lord. All right. So, yeah. Going back into this word, and it says something holding the attitude implied for a song. And we know the song, all right, only 144,000 can sing that song, man. You know. All right. And it says known as a jingo or jingoist, and the attitude itself was dubbed jingoism. The jingo is the tune and property of euphemism for Yahweh Shai, man. Letting you know, all right, Yahweh Shai, all right, was an austere man. He was straightforward. All right? He didn't bend over backwards for you niggas, man. That's why you niggas gave him up. You know? Because when you go into Isaiah 58 and 1, you know what I'm saying? I know this is a classic, but it's very austere. You know, if you take on the spirit of this precept, man. You know, it's very austere, man. It's very firm, man. You know, and you know, you put that breastplate, you know what I'm saying, you put on that shield, you know, when you're out there on the highways and the hedges prophesying, man, and you got that faith. It said, Isaiah 58:1 said, cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voices like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sin. So it's going to come, all right, as it may seem harsh. But guess what? The whole time it's the truth. And it behooves you to what? Take heed to this. All right, them men out there on the highways and the hedges, all right, prophesying, teaching the Bible. The Lord told us to cry out loud, man, spare not. So it might be harsh. Yeah, you might hear a couple, you know, A words or, you know what I'm saying, MF words here and there, you know, sometimes B words. But guess what? At the same time, hey, it's the truth, man. You know, don't let your emotions get you caught up. Because men back in the ancient time, they talk rough. Even do you see when Yahweh Shah said about my father business, they're like, look, woman, you know. Saying, but I know my granddad used to say that, look, woman. You know, men's talk rough, man. You know, but Babylon the Great feminized, you know, have a majority of the goddamn men's, man. So, man, you say something loud to a man, he get offended. He want to fight, want to shoot you. You know? So, we need the kingdom of heaven, man. But back to the euphemism. All right. Get that one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and end it. It says a mild or indirect word or impression substituted for one considered to be harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant, because the Lord will let y'all know, all right, what forth to come, man. You see? But hey, what our people do? They hated the Lord that much, man. They gave him up. But guess what? The Lord coming back to deliver and to destroy, man. All right? So with that, I hope you brothers and sisters edified. Like I said, it was the word of the day today. And the Lord willing, till next time, Shalom, Baba, Rock, DTA, baby.